Indonesia plans to allow more foreign investors to manage its airports from next year onwards. It awarded a contract for the first time to a consortium involving a foreign company yesterday. Komodo Airport in the town of Labuan Bajo will be developed and managed by PT Cardig Aero Services and Singapore's Changi Airports International for a period of 25 years before it is handed back to the government. Now, for more analysis on Indonesia's push to attract foreign investment in the infrastructure sector, let's cross over to an expert, Alden Iswanto. He joins us from our Jakarta studio. Alden, well, this is going to be the first airport in the country to be developed under this public-private partnership scheme. Tell us, how is this going to work?
Well, definitely it is unprecedented in Indonesia. Well, President Jokowi has floated the idea since last year, but to actually push it is actually quite remarkable. So the Changi consortium is awarded a contract to develop and manage the Komodo Airport for a period of 25 years. So the first 5 years, they will spend an estimate of 86 USD billion to develop the airport, expand the terminal, and also extend the runways to accommodate bigger planes and also more flights to facilitate direct flights to the Komodo Airport. So this is actually a way to promote and to position the Komodo Islands to be a premier destination and to attract more direct tourists from China, Japan, Korea, and even the Middle East.
Okay, but that's not all, because the Komodo Airport project, that seems to be just the start of groundbreaking reforms promised by President Jokowi, right?
Yes, definitely. Because President Jokowi has stated that he will continue his economic reforms. For example, he has promised earlier, when he was just recently re-elected, that he will review the negative investment list and open up more sectors for foreign investment, including healthcare and education, which also includes foreign universities. But also he has other things in mind and in line for Indonesia. For example, he is currently drafting an omnibus law that will simultaneously revise more than 70 regulations, most of them overlapping, that has been deterring investment, foreign investment especially. And also the government is working on a revision for the corporate tax law, and which will reduce corporate tax to around 20%. And also they are working to push for the revision of the much discussed labor laws, which will hopefully offer more flexibility for new investors to hire workers.
All right, so putting all that together, he also has the 10 Bali and other infrastructure projects. So will the benefits outweigh debt, though?
Yeah, so definitely. The 10 new Balis is a push for the government to really speed up the economic development process, and especially outside of Java, because you have the Toba Lake in North Sumatra as well as Morota in Sulawesi. So they're hoping to expand development outside of Java. And President Jokowi and his government has stated that they will allocate around 430 billion US dollars for new infrastructure projects. So this is actually a bigger amount than his first term. But then again comes the problem of debt. Who's going to take it? Because during the first term, the burden is actually being taken by the state-owned enterprises. And if you see their balance sheet, look at 2011, probably a typical SOE would be able to pay up their debts in 1 year. But when you look at 2017, actually it would take them around 4.5 years to actually solve their debt. So this is actually an issue that they need to address, and they need to solve it before they move on to further projects.
Okay, Alden, very quickly, I want to squeeze in one more question. So foreign capital helps Indonesia do more with its limited budget, but will there be strings attached?
Well, definitely, because when you're dealing with foreign investors and foreign companies, the Indonesian government has to do more. They can't allow another Sri Lankan port project to happen in Indonesia, so they have to properly do the feasibility study, they have to properly project the income, so they can't really play it the way they used to do it in Indonesia, because they have to take it up to another level to avoid any other debt trap, especially for the SOEs.
All right, thank you very much for your analysis, Alden. We're speaking to Alden Iswanto, analyst with KRA Group.